Hey team, so a little bit of information on our Hustle Kickstart group. Let's start it today. Let's start tracking this week because the sooner we start, the better. Now, we're going to set up a private chat. I hope that you've all watched the video that I've included in our WhatsApp thread. So what the bonuses are, and also this is going to be a working group. It's not going to be about talking about our poorly dogs and how lovely it is that spring's arrived, etc. All those things are all important, but this really is that Hustle Kickstart group. So if you're in it, you've got to have that mindset that you're going to take action, because action is what is going to build your business. You don't need a massive following. You don't need a pretty aesthetic on your Instagram. Just it's the work that you do behind the scenes that's going to make the biggest difference. So I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. I'm just going to share my screen with you because there's a Go for No challenge that I think will help you with this as well. There is a book called Go for No, and let me just share it so I can actually show it to you. And I suggest you get it. I suggest you read it as fast as you can. This is it. Go for No. Yes is the destination. No is how you get there. It's by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. It's brilliant. It's one of the best books I've ever read, and it's not a big book at all, but it will help you get over that mindset of dealing with no's, because essentially this is so true. No is how you get there. Most people will say no to you the first time round. They'll probably say no to you several times before they actually say yes. And some people will say no and they'll forever stay a no. But most people will eventually turn into a yes. Now, while I'm in here, let me just, where is my Go for No? Here we go. Go for No challenge. So I created this. You can use whatever you want. You can just use the boxes if you want. I'll explain it to you in a minute. When you get a no, you put a big cross over it. So it makes it more fun. I think it's a bit like reverse psychology. It makes this whole process more fun when you can celebrate your no's as well as your yeses. Okay. So this is, look, I'll show it here. So invite, you put their name in the square. So you've invited them, you put their name in the square. Okay. No is they say no, or not right now, not this month. Okay. You put crossover. Promising, so yeah, tell me some more information. You put the pink underline or whatever underline you want. Yes, they want to get started. Brilliant. You stick the green. Well, I got the green love heart. You stick that over them or under them or highlight them. Just use a highlighter. Print this off. Don't worry about making it look pretty. Just use highlighter pens. No marks needs that you need to follow up with them. You've sent them an invite. But you've not heard back from them. They're ghosting, they've ignored it. Something's happened in most cases, they're too busy, but you do need to follow up with people that you've invited. I normally follow up just a couple of days later, say, hey, just wanted to make sure you got the message that I sent. Didn't want to leave it hanging because then it just gets a little bit awkward. Did you want any more information or not? Would you mind letting me know either way? And it's as simple as that. Keep your messages just really informal. Follow-up is you tick a follow-up when you've sent them a follow-up message, and cart sent is you can asterisk them. So let's go on to number 3. So working example. So Lucy. So you've got a couple of name columns here. Okay. If you want to change it, you can. I'll give you the link to this so that you can edit it. You got Lucy. So work it out. So you invited her on March the 7th. 2 days later, you're going to follow it on the 9th, and then in a week's time, and then in a month's time, and then in 3 months' time, and then in 6 months' time. Because most people require around about 11 follow-ups before they actually say, yes, tell me more. Okay? Just so that you're aware of that. And 1 in 10 people, this is the worst case scenario. 1 in 10 people that you invite will say, yes, tell me more information. And 1 in 10 people of those people that you send information to will become a customer or a team member. Just so that you know that the top of the funnel has to be big. That's why I will tell you about the following in a minute. We'll go on to that in a second. And this is a worksheet, a blank one, and another blank one there. Okay, so you can have a look at that. You might think, oh, God, it looks a bit complicated to me. If you want to, you can just track your own no's. But this is just, we all need different ways of tracking. There's so many different systems. A lot of people just use pen and paper. You can use that if you want. Personally, I don't use that. I use the Trello system with the follow-up date. So it gives me the due date. And I think that works really, really well. But find a system that works best for you. You can use an Excel spreadsheet. I'm just going to share my screen again because this is also something that we did or I created not long ago, and I'm just going to go into it. I'm just going to show you the May one because I've already got details of people in my April one. So I'm just arbitrary figures in here because obviously I'm not tracking for May just yet. So I've added a few here. You'll see that when you add more people into your follow-up, it automatically tots up your weekly total, and it gives you a monthly total of people that you followed as well. And then it will also tot up the amount of customers and partners that you've taken on. And all these numbers are all of these cells have got sums in, so it automatically works it out for you, which makes it just quick, and it's fun. You know, you get to the end of the month, you think, oh my gosh, you know, what was my monthly total? How many people have I followed, and how many people did I invite, and how many new customers did I get? It's really nice, and you'll find, you know, in the early days you might not have many customers or team members because it does take time. It normally, you know, people that you're inviting this month will be saying, yes, tell me more in 3 months' time. That is normally the sort of time lag you're looking at, realistically. Some people will say, yeah, and that's why it's important when you first start that I never invited my friends and family because I don't think anybody was really interested. That's probably a self-limiting belief, to be quite honest. A lot of them do watch all of the stuff I do. And so, you know, it took me a while to start to hit Success Club. But as soon as I started building my presence online and, you know, sharing stuff that was relevant, people started watching. And so then I was able to invite those people. So you've normally got a 3-month time lag, unless you have friends and family that you know either need to earn an extra income, they need to get healthier and fitter. And so you can invite them and, you know, say, listen, I've just started this. Let me just stop the share again. Because I've just started this brand new thing. It's so cool. I'm loving it. If it's the Fit Club, you say, listen, I'm doing this program that most people lose between 8 and 15 pounds in 3 weeks. You even eat more than you probably are now. Did you want to do it with me? That's so easy, isn't it? Or a team member, you know, hey, listen, I know you're struggling. I was too. I'm not making that much yet, but I've spoken to all these ladies, or I've listened to all these ladies' stories who are making an absolute killing in it. You know, all it involves is like an hour and a half to 2 hours of really focused action every single day, or most days, to build this incredible business where you also get to prioritize your own health and wellness. I know I'm so excited about what the future holds for me. Did you want me to share more info with you? I can put you in touch with my upline, or I can send you this quick video that explains it in more detail, because remember, you're a new team member, so you don't really have the experience yet, but you've got this video that tells and shares stories. You don't need to be a good recruiter. You just need to be a good promoter of tools that will do the sharing for you. That's why you don't need to wait to be able to invite to the business, because you have the tools that do it for you. All you have to do is say, I've got this great thing that I'm doing. You know how entrepreneurial I am. I'm believing this 100%. Your energy sells it. Did you want to learn more info? Do you want to should we build our businesses together? How much fun is that going to be? I mean, how cool would that be? I wish somebody had said that to me when I was a newly single parent. Yeah, I really do wish they had. So get out of your own way. Read that book, Go for No, and just know that you have something at your fingertips that is so positive for so many people. That brings me on to the fact, so with just quickly on social media, this isn't a social media tutorial at all, but I'm in Insta Club Hub, which is Shalene and Brock Johnson's sort of Instagram deep dive club. I do pay to be in there, and the great thing is I can share what I'm learning from in there to you guys. And stories have changed a bit. It used to be like, oh, just treat it like a day in the life of. It's not like that anymore. We need to be a bit more on the ball about the stuff we're sharing in our stories. Now, if it's a difference between you posting nothing because you're frozen with fear, thinking, oh my God, what shall I do, to posting something, just post something. Same with your feed. Don't overthink it. However, if you've got used to doing your stories a bit, this is going to be useful for you. You will see that I use a lot of stickers on my stories, and that's for a reason, because Instagram needs to see that people are interacting with your stories. You know, just click this or use the slider, make something that's really quick so they don't have to think about what they need to do. And I'm probably doing less stories a day now. So fewer with more interaction is better. I also tend to record the story in Instagram, and then I download it into InShot, which is a free app, video editing app, and I just cut it up. So if I'm going and then start to talk, I take that half second away. I make it as short and catchy as I can. You'll see, watch, next time you watch a series or a film or something, nearly every 2 seconds, they change the scene. It's in, close up, away from it, down, up, handbag, food, whatever it might be. Nearly every 2 seconds, there is a change. And there's a reason for that. It's because it keeps people's interest. And so remember that when you're creating your stories. Some days you won't have time to chop and change them, but if you do have that time, just get them into InShot, just download it from the App Store. It's dead easy. Cut it and slice it. Now, I also I have a habit of telling my story and then ending with a question. I cut the question off at the end, and then in InShot you can sort of then rejig it and then take that question to the beginning, because that's more engaging. Today, Moira Kusaba on the National Wake Up Call, she was talking about you don't run a marathon to get over the finish line having expected it to be easy. So I made a story about that, so that whenever I hear a coach talk, I'm always decanting their story into my stories, and sometimes as a reel, so that I can, it's talking about the business potential without it being an obvious business story. Now, that just leads me on to the fact that you need, yes, it's nice to have, I'm always taking pictures of the mountains and the views because I love it. And I do share that on my stories because that's very much about who I am. And I think if it's all fitness and all business, people just get bored. So you do have to have, a little bit, but on those mountain ones, maybe I've done a slider and just love, so people can love it, or, click heart if you love the mountains, that sort of thing. I don't think I actually did an engaging sticker on my mountains yesterday because I had loads of other stickers, and I know people are all going to press the love heart, and literally you can tell when you go through your stories, it's like heart, 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 heart. So people are engaging on that one already. So I knew I didn't really have to do much with that. But make sure that you're talking about the business or sharing some information around the Fit Club or the nutrition, because those people that watch those stories are the ones that you can invite. If you're not talking about the fitness, if you're not talking about the nutrition, if you're not talking about the business and the potential of the business, you've really got nothing to invite people from. So stories are your sort of like the hot spot. People who are watching those stories, and you can see when you go through your stories, there's like little heads at the bottom left. Click that and that shows who's watched that story. When I am doing an invite to the Fit Club or to the business, I tend to make sure that the story is broken down into 2 or more frames. So it's like maybe 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15. So rather than a full 60-second video, cut it down into 4, because then you can see who's watched all 4. Because some people will swipe away because they're not interested in the business, they're not interested in the Fit Club, they know you're talking about something that you're technically selling. But the ones that have watched those 4, they're interested to some level of degree. So all those people you're going to invite. That's why on my feed, my booty posts, and they are a bit embarrassing to post, but they're dead easy for me to find. So, and they get good interaction. So I go through my feed, who clicked on that booty post, who liked it and who commented it. So the people who commented, I'm going to invite them first. The people who liked it, then I'm going to invite them. And I'm going to go to the next booty post. And there might be a booty post from 2 years ago. I'm still going to go and invite those people too. So anything that is fitness related, nutrition related, or business related, you can invite from. If you are, especially in the earlier days, because you won't have so many people interacting on your stuff, make sure that you're following lots of people. That is the top of the funnel. There is no romantic way of saying it. If you're not, you can, one way you can do it, you can either spend a lot of time engaging on other people's accounts so that you like, that's in the hope that they follow you back, or you can go through and follow people that you like the look of that are in your niche. Only follow people in your niche, and or that that would respond to your demographics that you're talking to, and in the hope that they follow you back. And then once they follow you back, in fact, I'm not even going to waste time on this. I'm going to share my screen because I did a big tutorial on this in our team page, which is here. That Kate's Action Hour tutorial, March the 27th. Please watch that, because that tells you everything you need to do in order to build your business. And while I'm in here, there's something else I just wanted to share with you as well. Oh yeah, make sure you've watched this. This came through to, if you're in the WhatsApp thread, this has already come through to you. If not, make sure to watch this video, because this really is what this Hustle Kickstart group is all about. So make sure you've watched that first, because it sort of tells you, this isn't for messing around. This is for actually working hard and doing. While I've got my thing out. So the tracking and planning. So this, every Friday up until midnight, Send me your tracker, however your tracker is. It can be a screenshot of what you've written. It can be this, a file like this. Send it to me I'll set up a WhatsApp thread or a group chat for this. Send it to me in that group chat so we can keep it all together and all away from everybody else who doesn't want to build a business. And I need to know how many people you've followed that week, how many people you've invited, how many people you've sent info to, how many people you've followed up with, and how many new customers and or new partners have you brought on that week. Because that accountability is going to make you think, oh, bloody hell, I better get some numbers on. And also if you're doing really well with your follows and you're doing really well with the amount of invites you're sending out, but the information isn't quite right that you're sending to people, that we'll be able to see where the weak link is. So you can either use this, you can use whatever system you want. Let me just stop the share again, but make sure you're sending those to me. So end of Friday. If most people start these challenges and within 2 weeks they're like gone to the wayside, that just know that might happen to you as well. But the ones of us who stick with this, we are going to do bloody well, and we're going to celebrate, because there is so much potential at our fingertips. Not only is it going to help you with the cash extra from Carl, thank you very much, Carl, but it's going to build your business. It's going to have a massive impact on your momentum. See this as just a 3-month sprint. It's not something that you have to keep up this momentum for the rest of the year. You can if you want. You'll build your business faster if you do. But see this as a 3-month sprint. You should hit your 10 customers or team members by the end of June. Even if you don't, you'll have brought on more than you would have otherwise. And you're doing this to earn an income, I guess. So let's get you earning an income. Let's get you building your business. How exciting is that going to be? So that's it, really. I will get that thread or the group chat organized. I'll send the links to you. I know there's several of you that have said, yes, you want to do this. We're going to be quite a small group, and that's fine. This literally is for newer team members anyhow. So I don't expect some of the oldies to part of it. They're probably running their own versions of this as well. I hope they are, because it's a great opportunity. So those of you, let's get you some really great results. Let's be excited about it. Firstly, if you've not done it yet, get that book ordered. Go for No. It will change your entire philosophy around inviting. I've already got it. I've read it several times. So I'm actually going to read it as well during this, because I want to be able to share snippets with you. Please, you guys, when you read something in it and you think, oh my God, yeah, share it. Let this be an interactive group. Let's have some fun around it too. We don't just want it to be all trackers. We want it to be active business building, but let's have a bit of fun with it as well. So I hope this falls on your ears helpfully. I'm really excited, but I wanted to get this out because I know if we don't get started, all of a sudden we're going to be in the middle of April, and all of a sudden then we're going to be at the beginning of May. So let's just start. There will never be the perfect time to think, oh right, I'm going to sit down and invite 50 people. If you've not watched that video in our Facebook group about the action hour that I just shared with you, make sure you do that, because that will, and you can work your business while you're going through it if you want. That will make the biggest difference for you. It'll give you the tools and the know-how as to what to do. And if you're feeling, I think the thing that keeps a lot of us stuck is it going to work? And I'm not entirely sure how to do it. That action hour tells you everything. Literally, if you just watch that and implemented that every single day, you'll get really good results. You don't need to know all the other stuff. You don't need the book of messages. You don't need to be able to, you don't need to have set up your coach website. You just need to take action. The rest of the stuff you can figure out as and when you need to do it. If somebody says, yes, I'm ready, tell me more, just message me. I will help you bring them on board. If it's a new team member, we'll have a conversation together. We'll do 3-way call. It doesn't matter. Or I'll tell you which resources to send to them. And then if you say, I need to send a share card out, I don't know how to do that. There's loads of tutorials in our team page and also in the coach office. But if you're really stuck, please look for the stuff yourself, because, I've got my own business to run as well. But if you can't find the share a cart tutorials, then, I will help you. That's what I'm here for. But please do, get good at looking for your own stuff as well before you come asking, because otherwise all I do is spend all day reading and replying. And I want to reply. I really do. I love having the conversations with you. The The ones of you who connect with me more often during the day are the ones of you who will build the biggest businesses. Several of you don't get in touch at all, and that's entirely fine. You might just not be that sort of an individual, but I know for sure the more conversations we're having backwards and forwards, it's like we're working in an office together, and I think there's a lot of fun about that. It generates more energy, and please know that, you know, I'm always here to chat, absolutely here to chat. But on the other side, if it's something simple like I'm not sure how to do a share a cart, there is training in the corporate office, there is training in our team page. You could probably Google Beachbody how to share a cart, and one of our training videos will pop up. So, you know, get good at Googling for the answers that you might not already know. But if not, message me and I will help. I will walk you through that process. So right, with that, I will share the various assets beneath this. So in the comments underneath this video, or in the caption, if I can. And then, yeah, get on with it. Friday, so what day is Friday this week? What's the 4th now? So Friday is the 7th of April. By the end of day on the 7th of April, I want your tracker in. And I know this week you won't have huge numbers because you've only got a few days to do it. It doesn't matter. Your next week's tracker will start on Saturday or Friday evening after you've sent me your Friday tracker. So, you know, it doesn't matter. Let's just get started. And then, you know, we can have, I will devise a system of having like sort of regular touch bases together, so we do little videos and things like that, live Q&A maybe, that sort of thing, live working sessions. I haven't really thought about that in any great detail yet because I'm traveling to Cornwall tomorrow. I've got masses I've got to get done today, but there's nothing to stop us taking action, and we can fine tune it as we go along. Messy action is better than perfect inaction, so that's what I'm going with. So hope this has been helpful. Any questions, just message me back, and look forward to chatting to you again soon and seeing your